Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm looking a hot mess right now, but it's for a good reason. You guys are going to get ready with me in this video, but it is going to be a very fun, very special get ready with me video. I'm off today, so I'm not going anywhere. So I'm gonna do some fun makeup. So in the past, like obviously not too much is going on for Halloween this year because of like COVID and not being able to really go anywhere. Not like I have like an overabundance of plans every Halloween, but I love to dress up. Like anybody who knows me knows that I absolutely am obsessed with Halloween. I love decorating. I love every bit of Halloween, dressing up, all that good stuff. Because I have all of these costumes, my mom and I have always like made all of my costumes. I've never really just gone out and bought something. Most of the time it's like handmade or like, you know, only bits and pieces are bought from the store. So I'm not gonna reveal my Halloween costume yet because I always like for it to be like a surprise. But up until then, I'm gonna be recreating like new, better makeup looks to kind of go with each one of my costumes and like little dress up type of like items that I've had and kind of accumulated over the years. So yeah, and honestly, I think I'm gonna start off strong with this one. 3 years ago, I went as Persephone and Preston was Hades. There we are. Aren't we so cute? Oh, this is probably like one of my absolute favorite costumes, to be honest with you. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna do like different parts to this look in this video, and I'll have like pictures taken for Instagram so you guys can kind of like refer to that just for like the photos. So if you know anything about Hades and Persephone, Persephone was the goddess of like vegetation and like spring. So like when I think of her, all I think of is like fresh flowers and just like glowy, happy, you know, just springiness, like that type of stuff. But she actually ended up getting kidnapped by Hades. I feel like Hades gets a bad rap. Can I just say that? But he, you know, he kidnaps her because he's in love with her. And he just, you know, I guess has really bad game. So this is just what he does. So he kidnaps her, takes her to the underworld. And she ends up, like her mom, what is it, Demeter, I think is her name, her mom's name, gets really ticked off at Zeus because Zeus was like in on it. He knew about it because Zeus was like, everybody knows Zeus is a piece of crap. So, but Demeter, Persephone's mother, got really upset about this, and she refused to let like flowers bloom until she got her daughter back. Well, Persephone screwed up and she ate some pomegranate seeds while she was down in the underworld, which basically like forced her to stay in the underworld with Hades. She couldn't leave, but she was allowed to come back to, you know, visit her mom one time of year, which is spring. So she would come back, bring spring, and that's why like we have spring apparently. I've always just like really enjoyed that story. I don't know why, it just kind of, I don't know, I just really like it. I actually took a Greek mythology class in college, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I probably would have even gone further with those classes, but it's like, it's not like I was really gonna go anywhere with that. But that was like probably one of my favorite classes in college. So it just was so good. I just feel like Hades always gets such a bad rap like all the time, because like it wasn't his fault. Like everybody views him as like the devil because the underworld, but that's not the way that it was. Like the underworld was not like hell or whatever. The underworld is just where you go when you die. Like that's just what it was. And Hades was the one that watched over that. Furthermore, I'm pretty sure it was Zeus that like forced him to be the ruler of the underworld. So who's the real bad guy here? But no, I just feel like he, you know, he really loved Persephone. And I've also heard, I don't know if this is like an official part of it, that Persephone ultimately ended up falling in love with Hades. Like they ended up like really loving each other. So, but anyway, the point of that long story, you know, Persephone is the goddess of spring. So I'm gonna do like a very, I don't know, when I think of that, I think of like pinky, like light pink glowiness, you know, maybe like a light purple, something like that. I don't really have like an exact plan where I'm going, I just have ideas. But then I'm going to kind of, in my mind, I'm gonna kind of like incorporate the darkness because she ends up ultimately being the queen of the underworld. So we'll just kind of, you know, this is my idea, we're just gonna roll with it. I also broke out my spooky cup to drink juice. This is not wine, I promise. It's only 3 o'clock and that's still too early for even me to be drinking, so. But look at it, it's a little skeleton hand. I even have my pink juice already. Tastes like watermelons. Also, I have 21 Pilots playing on Spotify on my TV in the background. I hope that it's not too loud. I tested it and I tried to like turn it down to a good level. I just hate like sitting here in complete silence talking to myself doing makeup, so. Okay, so I'm gonna start out doing the eyes like I normally do because I don't really know where I'm going with it, like I said, and I don't want to get all my skin stuff done and then have like a bunch of eyeshadow and whatever like down on my cheeks. Okay, so obviously I am starting out with the Anastasia Eye Primer as always. I love this one. I love that it has like that light base to it, so it really like makes any of the colors pop. And I'm just using like a little sponge that's from TJ Maxx, just to kind of like pat it all over. I just put that all up in my eyelashes. Okay, I cannot lie. I am so freaking excited for Halloween this year, and I don't know why, because it's, like I said, in the middle of a pandemic. It's not like we can do anything. I think it's because last year I didn't like get to dress up. My Nana was actually in the hospital, so we had to like rush up to New York to like, you know, just visit her and make sure she was okay. Because I didn't get to dress up last year, I'm like super duper excited to dress up this year. Plus I'm like really excited to show you guys my costume. I actually have most of the components of my costume. I only needed to buy like one thing, which was really cool. But it's just kind of like one of those costumes that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while, and then just never did because I always like, I don't know, I always thought of other ideas and I was like, ooh, we'll do that instead. I will tell you Preston's though, because I don't think he cares too much. If you're an anime fan, he is actually dressing up as Itachi Uchiha. So he's very excited about that because he just got new contacts. He's been wearing glasses for like ever, so he just got like his first pair, I think, of contacts. So he's all excited to buy some to like match the character and all of that. So I'm very excited to see how it turns out. I think it's gonna look really cool. So what are you guys dressing up as for Halloween this year? Are you dressing up or are you just kind of hanging out? Are you one of those boring people that just sits on the couch and doesn't like Halloween? Comment below. I want to see like some of your guys' ideas. I think that'd be really cool. Literally all of our plans right now, I mean, obviously my sister is probably gonna dress up. I don't know what the deal is with like trick-or-treating, if that's even gonna be a thing this year. But I don't know if we're gonna be hanging out over there for a little bit. I don't know, but my plan currently is to get all dressed up and then eat some candy on the couch and watch Hocus Pocus. Some may say it is pointless. I say that it is fun. It's a good time. It's always fun. It's fun to dress up as something other than yourself for one night out of the year. Gosh, I love this juice. It's like the Tropicana watermelon kind. I've never tried it before, but it's so yummy. Okay, so like I said, when I think of Persephone, I kind of think of like light pinks, glowiness, maybe like a soft purpley, like lilac type of thing, you know, flowers blooming, that type of stuff. All right, so I think I'm gonna start out, I'm gonna like coat my lids with the CoverFx Celestial Custom Enhancer Drops. This like amazing highlighter from them. It's just one of those ones that is like magical. I mean, I'll show you. And I think I'm gonna attempt to use this True Beauty little this brush right here. I don't know why I'm using it. I have no rhyme or reason. I just want to try it. I really like this one because it's like that like rosy, it's like a rosy gold type of highlight. Target, I swear, they keep running out of things that I'm trying to order. I've been in like a huge 21 Pilots mood again lately, guys. Like, I don't know where it came from. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I haven't listened to them in forever. Like, look at how shiny that is. Fun things have been happening. Obviously, you guys know of my collaboration with B-Tan. That was really cool. And I got more things from them the other day. Sam, the girl that I have been like communicating with through B-Tan, actually reached out to me and they told me about these like new products that they're going to be releasing shortly. I wanted to know if I wanted to be a part of the campaign, which duh, obviously I did. So that's coming. And then another brand reached out to me. I'm not saying anything yet because I'm very excited, but you know, now that I'm thinking about it, by the time this video goes up, potentially that could already be out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. as of right now, I have not gotten it yet. I'm very excited about it. It's a brand that I've been using for a very, very long time. I love their stuff. I feel like I'm finally taking some good steps in the social media world here. Okay, so this does eventually dry down. Anytime I've ever used it as a highlighter, it's like you gotta blend it out perfectly because it will set. But as of right now, I don't want my eyelids to crease. So I am going to set it with the MAC Hyper Real Glow glow palette here. I think I'm gonna use the middle one. The middle one is like my absolute favorite. It's just like that really nice rosy gold. And I honestly do not know the shade name because it's not written on here. Also guys, I got some new Morphe brushes lately. You know how they have like those ones that are like $1 to $2 basically, maybe even $3. I was just hanging out, and honestly lately I've really been wanting to try new brushes, because not that I don't like the ones that I have, but I just feel like there's some that could be added. So I got a bunch and I'm really loving them. So to set this with that highlighter, I'm actually going to use the Morphe M503, this guy right here. I really like him. I need to adjust the lighting. I feel like this is dark. I really hope that this lighting is good. Everything looked really dark around me and I didn't like that, so hopefully this works out better. I'm actually gonna go over that one with the lighter shade. I don't know, I feel like the lighter one, this one had a little bit of like a, not yellow, but just not, it wasn't the tone that I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna use the lighter one in that 3. Listening to this playlist again, this 21 Pilots playlist, makes me feel like it gives me the same feeling that I had when I was in college, because I used to like walk around campus listening to this playlist all the time. Like all of the time, this is the playlist that I would listen to. So it's just kind of like making my brain revert back to that feeling. Anybody ever keep these in their palettes for an abnormal amount of time for some reason? Like, I don't need it. I don't know why I kept it. It's honestly just like annoying me. All right. Very excited about this. I've used this twice now, and I've never used it on camera, so I've had very good luck with it so far. I got the BPerfect Carnival 3 palette. I don't know, I feel like I haven't been like super duper excited about a palette since the like the first 3 Norvina palettes came out, but this one is just like, ooh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, first of all, look at this mirror. It's humongous. So I personally am not, well, I guess if I'm traveling, this would be like a perfect mirror. But usually, like if I'm just getting ready here, I just use my mirror on my desk. But if you're somebody that really loves the mirror, this one has like a really good one. And then look at all of the shades. Oh, look at all, there's like cool tones, there's like the warm tones, the neutrals, the purples, the black. And so far, the ones that I've used, the pigment has been amazing and it's blended amazing. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Bear, which is this one right here, just this light pinky, and we will see kind of how that turns out. I don't want to go like overboard with this one just because, again, she's very springy, very like uplifting, like glowy. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. So we'll just kind of like see where this goes. All right, I think I'm gonna use the Morphe M321. This is another one that I got. I am obsessed with this one. This one specifically is really good for under the eye. It's just like that perfect size that kind of just helps you like disperse the color and get like an amazing amount of pigment. But I'm actually gonna use this one on the top now. And I think I'm only gonna focus this pink like right on this outer corner crease. And I'm not tapping off the pigment. Oh, look at that. That is so much more pigmented than I was expecting it to be. Goodness gracious, let's blend. Let's blend. But if you want more pigment and you want that color to actually show up, don't tap off the pigment. And I'm only gonna bring this down kind of on my lid. I'm not gonna go in too far with it though. I'm only gonna do like just right here. Oh, another good thing, another amazing thing that is about this palette is so if you were on my Instagram, I posted like this bright green look. With any other like palette, specifically the Norvina ones, my skin gets so stained, like so stained. Like I'm not even joking. I did a green look with one of the Norvina palettes once, woke up the next day and I looked like a meth head Shrek. I looked crazy. I had to go with another green look because of how stained my skin was. Usually that type of stuff only happens with like red you know, pink, like kind of red based colors. So like really vibrant red, pink, purple, that type of stuff. So I kind of like expect that to kind of come from like, you know, working with shadows like that. But like not a green. Like I've never had that happen with a green before, and it happened with the Norvina palette and I was so upset. But with this one, like I said, I did that really bright green one, washed it off, and it all came off, all of it. No staining at all, and it was amazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch back to the M503 brush that I used initially, getting a little bit of that bare shade, and I actually am tapping this one because I only want a tiny bit of that color. And I'm just kind of like tapping and rubbing along this like top bit of the color here just to kind of help fade that out. So guys, lately I've been obsessed with I always want to say Billie because of Billie Eilish. It's not Billie, it's Bailey. Bailey Sarian. All of her videos on here, I mean, they are just, if you've not checked her out and you are a fan of murder mystery and makeup, because that's literally what it's called, go check her channel out, because I'm telling you, I found out about her through Jamie Genevieve, obviously. And she just is so entertaining. She just seems like a real cool chick. Also, I'm a big fan of like true crime stories, so it's just a good time. Oh, I need to wax my eyebrows. Okay, so now that this is laid down, I'm actually gonna go back over this, I think, with that Hyper Real Glow, just like a thin coat, because I want this pink, but I want it to be like a little bit more shimmery, instead of like just like, you know, like a flat pink. Okay, so next we're gonna see how this goes. I might tone this color down a little bit because I don't want it to be too outrageous, as always. I'm gonna use one of the Mally eyeshadow sticks. I don't, oh wait, it's on the back. It is in the shade Shimmering Lilac. It's like a really light purple. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly pat this on the inner corner, just lightly. I'm not going too crazy. And like I said, I might go over it with a light shade so that it's kind of like a really, really light purple. And I'm just gonna use the M321 brush again, just to kind of like blend around those edges a little bit, just so it's not like super harsh. And then I think I'm gonna also take that highlighter again from the MAC palette here, and I'm just going to lightly like pat that over that purple. I don't wanna like entirely get rid of the purple tone, but I do just wanna kind of like tone it down just a smidge because I don't want it to be overpowering. Okay, so then again on this 321 brush here, I'm gonna take more of that bare shade, and I'm just going to kind of run this right under my eye here. And I think I'm gonna basically mirror what's going on top, and I'm only going to keep this like right here. And then again into the MAC little glow palette here, I'm going to focus that right here, and then I'm just gonna kind of blend it over that pink, just like slightly patting it on there again just to make it a little bit more shimmery. That purple from the Mally, I just used a simple wipe right here, and it's on my hand because I swatched it, and I'm literally like, I just scrubbed it and it's like barely even coming off. Okay, Mally. Okay, so I'm just gonna clear off my skin so I can do my face makeup. All right, I'm gonna use the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer right here. I've really been liking this one. I feel like it really like holds on to your makeup. The only thing that I don't like about this is that there's like little like gold flecks in it for some reason. It's not even like it's like really small, you know, kind of glowy things. They're like literally like little chunks of like gold stuff. I don't know why. So I'm gonna try something, what's her name? Michaela J makeup on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff. Obsessed with her videos. She actually does this, or she used to when her skin was like a little bit worse than what it is now, which props to you, girl. It looks amazing. But she uses the NARS like cream concealer right after she does her primer, and she kind of just like puts it over those red spots, lets it dry, and then goes in with her foundation. I don't unfortunately have the NARS concealer, so I'm gonna use this Eve Pearl concealer. I've not tried it very much, so I'm fingers crossed hoping that this works. If it doesn't, we're gonna fix it. It's fine. And I'm just gonna use my Morphe B10 brush, and I'm just going to pat it over these spots here. Yes, I do know that this is darker. Not gonna lie, I've never used this. It's just kind of, well, I've used it a couple times in the past, but I don't remember like what the outcome was, but this is like the first real time I feel like I'm using it. Obviously the color is too dark for me right now, but it has really good coverage. Okay, so I covered all of like the mega dark spots, that I don't think are going to be very easily covered with foundation. And I'm just gonna like let that sit for a second. I'm gonna go in with the Candid Foundation from Revlon. This is literally like one of my absolute favorite foundations that I've been using lately. I've talked about it, I feel like, multiple times on my Instagram page. So I'm gonna use the shade 120. I just really love this foundation. Like I just feel like every time I use a foundation, after a while I feel like it ends up for some reason disappointing me. Like over time, like it'll work amazing the first few times and then something happens, I don't know what, to where I just don't like it anymore. But this one, for some reason, I don't know what it is about it, has been consistently amazing. This is also a really good one I found like under my mask. It doesn't, like, I feel like the thing that ends up getting the most messed up by the end of the day is like my bronzer and my blush, that type of stuff. But the foundation always ends up still holding on. I feel like that covered a lot better than what I have been. I don't know what I have been doing. I feel like lately because my skin had cleared up so well, it's almost like I forgot how to cover things well. So it's been rough trying to figure out how to like cover these darn spots on my face. But I feel like that Eve Pearl did a pretty darn good job. Now I only feel like I have to use like just a little bit of like my like matchy concealer to like make this kind of disappear. Okay, and then to cover the rest of these little spots, and then I am gonna go in like under my eyes and like just cover any of these like darker spots here. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the like the 16-hour one, not the hydrating one, in the shade Light Sand to cover spots, and then like to brighten under my eyes and stuff. I'm gonna use the Revlon Candid Concealer, another really good one, in the shade 0110. 110? Why did I say 110? 010. And I'm gonna do that off camera because I don't want my battery to die, so I'll be back. All right, so I went ahead and did my concealer, and I did actually like set some of it just because I wanted it to have time to like on these blemishes here to really like set. And for that I used the Revlon Candid loose setting powder here, and I just set those spots with a sponge because I feel like it helped me to kind of like press it into the concealer a little bit better. And then for the rest of my face, I'm just using the Calo Powder 481 brush right here and just kind of like dusting it over everything else. And I'm just gonna use my this is from the, what is this? It's a powder brush. It's kind of rubbed off, but it's from the Vintage Cosmetics company. Found this one at TJ Maxx, and I absolutely love this brush. It's so soft and it's so big, and this is what I've been using to bronze lately. And I'm going to use the amazing butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. I had to take a sniff break, you guys know that. And I always use like this side of the brush so that like the bottom of it kind of like rests right there. That way it's like kind of giving like a bone structure type of thing, and it's not like diffusing it everywhere. My battery's yelling at me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I will probably go ahead and do my brows off camera. If you guys want a separate brow like tutorial, let me know in the comments and I will actually film that as its own video. I have been doing like a lot of different stuff. So I am going to be using the e.l.f. clear brow gel right here first to hold everything in place, and then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia brow pen and really kind of like add some definition to them. After I do that, I'm probably going to go in with like the chocolate shade from TIGI on my little Anastasia whatever brush this is. It's angled and it has a spoolie on the end just to kind of like give it a little bit softer of a look. And then I'm gonna set them with the e.l.f. Deep Brown Wow Brow right here. This one's been really good. It kind of reminds me of the boy brow. And then I'm just gonna clean up around the edges and that's it. So like I said, comment down below if you want me to make that like a separate video, and I totally will. But I'm just going to bronze my face, do my brows, and let my battery charge. I'll be back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and did the things that I said I was gonna do. I also did, like, I finished the bronzing. I did a little bit of contouring using the NARS Talia duo, but not too much right off the bat. I also used the, let me see, I did my mascara and my lashes because that's usually something I do off camera anyway. So I used the Voluminous, the L'Oreal Voluminous primer, which I've been loving this lately. I've never really been somebody who like primes their eyelashes before doing mascara, but let me tell you, like, this primer, like specifically on my lower lashes, I've noticed that they look like fuller and longer when I use the primer. And then over top of that, I've been using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. Not a huge fan of this one. I mean, it works, but it's not something, like, I don't think I'm gonna like repurchase it anytime soon. I feel like for some reason it like it's already dried up and I feel like I just got it, even though like I always make sure that the like container's closed, all of that type of stuff. But definitely the L'Oreal base. This is amazing. So I also, like, after doing my brows, I highlighted my brow bone here using a little bit of that CoverFx Celestial highlighter, and then again, like just like what I did on my lids, I topped it with that lightest shade in the Hyper Real Glow Kit right here. And I think that that is all that I did, other than switching from 21 Pilots to Black Eyed Peas. But I wanted to keep like the blush and the highlight and the lip on camera. Oh, and as far as my eyelashes go, the false lashes, I'm using the Salon Perfect 614s, which are like some of my all-time favorites. But I actually like cut them in half, and I use the inner half on the outside of my lashes here. I am going to use the Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink Blush. I love this one. I have loved this one for a very long time. And I'm going to use my little no-name blush brush that I've been using for a hot minute from TJ Maxx. I also put blush through here because I'm trying a new thing and I think it's cute, so. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and highlight, and I'm gonna highlight using that like light color from this. This is like our main little thing here. And I'm just using the Morphe M510 brush right here. And anytime that I highlight, I will always go back in with my e.l.f. little tapered brush right here and just kind of like go over the highlight just to make sure that it's kind of like blended and it's kind of like pushed into the skin, so that it's not like setting funky. Okay, so I already wiped off like the foundation and stuff that was on my lips. So now I'm gonna go in, I'm actually gonna use a chapstick first. Okay, so then I think I'm gonna do this. I might end up switching it, I'm not totally sure, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beaming liquid lipstick right here. It's like very metallic. I don't know if I'm gonna love the metallic. I am gonna go back over it with like a gloss, so maybe that'll kind of like neutralize it, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of metallic lips. I am gonna go over this with like a lip gloss and just see if maybe it'll tone it down. If not, I have another option. I'm just gonna have to switch it up. It's just very like, I don't know, I don't like it. I'm gonna go back over it with the Rimmel Stay Glossy lip gloss in the shade Claridge's Ruby? Claridge's Ruby? That's what it's called, I don't know. All right, we might have to keep it. I don't know. I think it's actually quite pretty. I think this saved it. I think this saved it. Oh, it's so glowy and pink. Okay, I like this. I like this. So on top of this, I'm just gonna take my MAC Prep and Prime spray and I'm just going to spray everything down. All right guys, so this is the finished like original Persephone, like the goddess of spring Persephone right here. I'm gonna go do my hair and I'm actually going to get the outfit on, and then I'll come back and I'll kind of like show you guys that. And then once we kind of get that down, I'll get pictures for Instagram and then we'll kind of do like the darker side of Persephone. But I will be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and curled my hair. I also had this like in my costume back in 2017. It was just like the little flower crown. And then I kind of like tweaked it with like a little skull here for, you know, when she's the queen of the underworld. Probably gonna let you see the full outfit on Instagram, but I will let you see the top right now. Just cause, you know, I'm quite exposed right now. But this is the top, if you remember. It's just like a bra with like a bunch of leathery things attached to it and then just like little flowers, and then this little bit that comes down. Then the bottoms just kind of like go with it. So yeah, this was like my little like happy Persephone, like living her best life before she gets sucked down to the underworld kind of look here. And I don't think that I will be able to squeeze myself back into this freaking bra after 3 years. So I'm just gonna wear it for the tweaking of the makeup. So let me see. I kind of wanted it to look like a little like transition into the dark side type of a thing. Okay, so first things first, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some black eyeliner. I'm not gonna do probably a whole lot on the top, but I am going to add a whole bunch like in my waterline, and then I'm gonna darken like this underneath area here. And for this one, I'm just using the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. And as far as the brush goes, I'm gonna use the Morphe M250-1, another really good one that I just got. I love this. So yeah, I'm gonna use this one for the eyeliner. Okay, so I went ahead and did that. So now I'm gonna take my Morphe M210 brush, just looks like this, and I'm gonna take the Carnival 3 palette again, and I'm gonna use the black shade, Black Beach, just right there. And I'm going to just kind of get it like right on the tip of this and just kind of run it like right underneath of like my eyelashes here. Okay, so now because this is looking a little like too dark under here. I feel like it needs to tie into the top here. I'm gonna take some more of that Black Beach shade on my Morphe M507, another new one that I really like. And I'm just gonna kind of like pat some of that black just like right up into here. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I am like, I just feel like it needs to tie into like the lid a little bit more. Okay, I lied, I'm not gonna use this brush. I like it, but it has too much of a point. So I'm actually gonna use the M506. Yes, I like that. Just adds like a little bit more depth to the top there. Okay, so now definitely the lips need to change. I feel like edgy Persephone would wear more of like a red lip maybe. Let's try a red lip. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and use the Nude Stix lip pencil in Royal right here. Okay, so because I really like this lip and I feel like the pink is, it's like, it's good, but it's like too, I don't know, it's just not going with the lip to me. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of red eyeshadow. I'm probably gonna keep the pink for like kind of maybe like a transition, but I'm gonna actually use Chili Pepper from the BPerfect palette, this red one right here on the bottom. I used it the other day and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna use the Morphe M321 again for that. I'm gonna use the same brush on top. I am gonna tap this off though, just because I have the rest of my makeup on. And I'm gonna kind of just like, let me see, yeah. Just kind of rub that in between where the black and the pink meet. Okay, I feel like I'm going with this. I feel like it officially looks like Persephone has embraced the dark side. And all I did for the lips, because I just realized that like I didn't tell you every step that I did. I did that Nude Stix color in, let me see, whatever I said, Royal. And then I went back over just kind of like the center of the top and the bottom like lip lines. I didn't go all the way to the outer corner. I used the black Makeup Forever Aqua XL eyeliner and then just kind of like faded it in. I also kind of like sharpened up the outer corner edges with the Beautique lip liner in Real Red. I think I might have gotten this from Sally's a long time ago. Alright guys, so this is kind of like my completed look. So we went from, you know, daytime Persephone to nighttime Persephone. I also feel like now that I am like underworld, like queen of the underworld Persephone, this mug, or this isn't a mug. I also feel like this glass like just kind of works with the rest of it. I'm definitely using this as a prop for the pictures. Alright guys, well thank you so much for hanging out with me while I'm doing all of this craziness. I have realized that I am not the best special effects makeup person, but I am pretty darn good in my opinion at like this type of makeup. So when it comes to Halloween, this style makeup is, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay at it. Alright, and like I said, I'm taking pictures of all of these different looks and everything, so head over to my Instagram to see like my whole outfit and all of the like real edited, like nice photos together. Alright guys, well you have an awesome day, awesome night, whatever time of day it is. Follow me, like, subscribe, save, share my stuff, all of the good stuff. Alright guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye!